Somebody's been living in our house in Jamaica. We have just left Jamaica 6 months ago, and someone has been living in our house. Not just one person, but a family. What happened? How did that happen? The house is in the care of the lawyer. What happened? What really happened? Hi, my lovely people. Rochelle here, and I have a story to share with you today. This story was posted by one of my subscribers. It's a little bit hard to read, so I'll have to just share the story with you. People, just imagine being robbed or scammed of your home. Not by a regular scammer, a stranger, or someone you don't know, but by your lawyer. Yes, I said it right. You get scammed by your lawyer. Your lawyer chop you. Imagine. And this story is about an elderly couple who has been living in England for some time now, for a lot of years, over 30 years. And so we're going to give them a name, right? Mr. and Mrs. Jasper. Mr. and Mrs. Jasper, two Jamaicans. They migrated to England and they have been living there for over 30 years. They have worked so hard there. They have raised their family, about four children, and they have become grown men, grown women with children. So they are now on their own, raising their own family. Mr. and Mrs. Jasper decided that, listen, we are get too old, and the coal no good for we bone. So we could retire and go to Jamaica. So them like, you know what? That's a good idea. Mrs. Jasper said, that's a good idea. Yes, we can go Jamaica or go live after retirement. So they purchased a house back in Jamaica. They purchased their house. They sold everything that they own in England. They packed their bags and their suitcases and went back to Jamaica to live. So they have been living in Jamaica for a period of time, good amount of years, say probably 10 years. They have been living in Jamaica for 10 years. And they realize that they're getting slower now. So they're getting older and older and more dependent on others. They look into themselves and say that they're getting older and they don't have that strong support system in Jamaica because, of course, all their kids and grandchildren are living in England. So they realize that they have to depend on total stranger, which they rather be with their family in the last stages of their lives. They call up their kids and they decided that, you know what, we think we want to come back home because we don't have that much support system in Jamaica. And of course, their children were very happy to have them coming back home. So they sold their belongings. Before they sell anything, they got a lawyer. They went and they got themselves a lawyer. And they explained to the lawyer that they want to sell their house and go back to England. And the lawyer was like, okay, yes, fine. But the lawyer was giving them the runaround, telling them you have to do this, do that. But of course, when you're selling your house, there are certain documentation and certain things that you'd have to do. But the process was becoming very, very long and lengthy. So they decided that they don't have much time to spare. So they're going to just leave the house in their lawyer's hand and go back to the UK and then just have their lawyers sort out the house for them. So they did just that. They pack up their lives, they sold everything they had in Jamaica, and they decided that they are going back home to England. So when they went back home, their family was happy to see them. Their family greeted them, welcomed them home, was very happy that their parents or grandparents are back home. They have been back in England for about 5, 6 months now, still getting the back and forth from the lawyer when it comes on to the sale of the house. Still running around, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Until they came to understand that their house is not vacant as they left it, but occupied. Their house was occupied. There was an entire family living in the house, their house, with their name and the title that they left in Jamaica in the hands of their lawyer. The first three letters of lawyer is LAW, law, lawyer, legal. Their house was occupied. Who was living in the house? Not the lawyer and not the lawyer and his family, but total stranger. How comes? How comes their house that they left in Jamaica was occupied by a total stranger? What happened? How could that happen? Puzzled. Somebody's been living in our house in Jamaica. We have just left Jamaica 6 months ago, and someone has been living in our house. Not just one person, but a family. What happened? How did that happen? The house is in the care of the lawyer. What happened? What really happened? They seek and they found out that their house was rented. Not sold, but rented. Of course, if their house was sold, it would be a good thing, but they would have to get the money, right? And they would have to sign off on some documents. But it wasn't sold. It wasn't sold, it was rented. It was rented out by the lawyer. Because, of course, if it was sold, the money would have to be paid over to them and they have to do some legal documentation. They have to sign up and whatever. But no, their lawyer did a hustle them because their lawyer knew that they're at a stage where they need a support system and they didn't have it in Jamaica. So they had to go back to England urgently. They wanted, that was their desire. They needed to go back. So the lawyer gave them the runaround, knowing that they didn't have enough time until they decided, maybe convincing them to, you know what, you can sell your house, you can stay in England and sell your house. So you can go back and we'll take care of it. Any documentation to be done, we can mail them to you or email them to you, and you just put your signature here and there, and it's all done. So you can just imagine what the lawyer said to them. And of course, you're going to put trust in your lawyer because they're dealing with legal matters for you. So you're going to say, okay, cool, that's a good idea. So that was going on. So you can imagine that as soon as they took the plane and landed, their home was probably rented out before they even left Jamaica. Their house was probably rented out before they even left Jamaica. And as soon as they get on that plane and landed in the UK, their house was occupied. And the lawyer was collecting rent. The lawyer know that they are no longer in Jamaica. They're in the UK. So the lawyer took it as an opportunity to make some money, hustle off the house, thinking that they wouldn't find out. All they would have done is just draw out the process a bit longer so they can make some money, maybe a year, or two. You don't know. You don't know how long this will go on. And the lawyer think that, you know what, we just make some money. We could just make some money. Maybe thinking that they don't need this house so urgently. They have their money or whatever. They don't need to think anything. They're just thinking about themselves and making their pockets fatter. I mean, wow, 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 wow. So the lawyer rented out the house and was collecting rent, not on the owner's behalf, but on his behalf. You can imagine someone you pay. So you're paying the lawyer to thief you. That's what you're basically doing, paying the lawyer to thief you because they're not benefiting. The lawyer is the one benefiting here. He's making double money. But these are the stories that makes you think twice about returning to Jamaica after retiring from working overseas because we have heard a lot of these stories about people getting scammed, returning residents being either scammed, killed, or whatever, and it's alarming. Now, Jamaica is a very beautiful country, and I love my country. Right now, I'm dying. I wish somebody could have just buy me a plane ticket. I want to go back two time for the year. I'm dying to go back home. I want to go back to Jamaica like right now. Just to enjoy the warmth and the fruits and the beaches and the rivers and the food and everything. Beautiful place. A lot of tourists visit Jamaica every year and they're so excited, even just to meet you and to know that you're a Jamaican. But then for our people, for us, it hurts. It hurts so much just to know that these things happen. And again, it happened everywhere. And I don't like to hear about this or highlight this in a negative way, but it happens everywhere. But I think that as Jamaican, we need to look out for Jamaicans. We need to look out for each other. Whenever we are trusted to do something on someone's behalf, whether it's been a favor or just whatever by law, we should just do it with integrity and honesty. To share the story with you, I'll keep the videos coming and take care until I see you in the next video. Just remember to like, subscribe, share. A lot of my videos have some very valuable information you'd like to know, especially if you're building a house in Jamaica. Go back to the videos, go through the rest of my videos and watch them up. All right. Thank you so much, my people, for your support. I really love and appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Until the next video. Bye. Take care.